everybody.
Hi.
Scott Maury here.
Mm-hmm.
So we've come to the conclusion that it's time to assess some of the things that we've added to the boat that you've seen in previous videos and kind of come up with a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of situation. Mm-hmm. And it's about all the stuff that we've put onto the boat. Would we do it again? And so we're just going to take it from there. So our first thing that we added to the, well, not the first thing we added, but one of the things we added to the boat that seems to have taken over is Apple products. Mm-hmm. iPads, iPhones, our Big Mac, all our notepads, and our program for editing and all that stuff is all Apple based. And would we do it again? Mm-hmm. And I think for us, what do you, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, thumbs up, thumbs down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we both agree. That's good. We have not scripted this, but the reason we like them is because for us they work. They're not too terribly complicated, because we're the generation where we get more frustrated with computers than not. We seem to be able to find out what to do with the Apple stuff, and yes, I would probably do it again. So there's that.
Yeah,
Apple.
and really like the AirDrop. That's what
AirDrop works well for us.
I really enjoyed recently.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we added to the boat was an extensive amount of scuba gear. Mm-hmm. This stuff is really expensive. We have a compressor on board. We have all the gear. We have hookah hoses on board. And so let's just say that we've got a large inventory of equipment on board. And would we do it again? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
I like the snorkeling. I find that 99% of the time snorkeling is fine. We haven't been in an area yet that we need to scuba, but that may come in the future.
Yeah, that's true. We've been in the Sea of Cortez, which is known for scuba diving, but having said that, visibility has been pretty poor. Mm-hmm. I've scubaed with a couple of friends in the water and enjoyed them. We haven't really used the compressor because we haven't really used the scuba yet. But when we get to the South Pacific, I'm sure that will change up a bit. Yeah. But for right now, it's a lot of expensive gear on the boat that's really not being used. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going bad. I don't think it's going to stay that way, but that's what it is. I do use my hookah hose, which is a hose I connect to my tanks, and I have a regulator on. I just jump over to clean the boat and do any maintenance, which has been handy. Mm-hmm. That works really well. Mm-hmm. And yep. So we think differently on that.
Yes, we do.
Okay, our dinghy.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very small aluminum hulled AB with a 20 horsepower on it, as you have seen. Mm-hmm. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Big thumbs
love
up.
it, love it.
Yeah.
It's
a
great.
big dinghy. You know, we listened to the diehard sailor folks that told us that we were crazy to get a big dinghy, and they're the ones that are hitching a ride with us when we're going someplace. We have a 20. It planes 4 adults out, runs around 20 miles an hour with 4 adults, or 2 adults with all kinds of gear. We run bikes. We use it a lot, and every time we use it, we thank our blessed stars that we invested in a 20 horsepower versus a 10 horsepower. I don't suspect it uses much more gas, and so it's a double thumbs up, and we just love the boat. We would, when this thing rots out, we will get another one.
Yeah, we put a cooler in the middle so we can sit comfortably, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And we put wheels on it so we can pull it up on shore.
Right on.
So that's really good too. Yeah.
Wi-Fi booster. We invested in a Wi-Fi booster from Canada, and would we do it again?
In Canada it was good. In part of the States it was good. It's not useful at all in Mexico.
No.
Yeah, because everything has a password, and within Mexico they tend to interrupt their Wi-Fi, so not too many people get on it, so it tends not to be.
This is not to disregard the quality of the Wi-Fi booster. Yeah. It works great. Gone are the days where you can find a good, strong signal to do all your Wi-Fi stuff. So we use cell phone, and that's how we're getting our Wi-Fi, which is slow and painful. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said before, we're not that savvy with this stuff, so there's probably a better way to do it, but we just don't know what it is. And the cell phone works for us.
Yeah.
So. We brought bikes on board,
Yeah.
and okay, bikes.
The original ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an avid cyclist. I had many bikes before we left here, and I sold them all. Brought one really good mountain bike with me, and I brought one mountain bike. Lori brought a mountain bike, and we thought that was going to be because we had the room for it, we thought it was going to be the greatest thing in the world. My mountain bike, which was a very expensive racing bike, is completely garbage. It's completely rotted out in 1 year. And many chains, and as you know, when you have a 10-speed bike, your chains are $50 to $60. They're gone in literally, it could be days.
Yeah.
It's horrible. So now we have new bikes with belt drive. They're folding bikes.
Internal hubs.
No, I'm not going to go into a time trial. I'm not going to be racing mountain bikes on it, but they seem to be good. We just got it I just got a couple of days ago. Lori bought hers a couple of months ago, and
I love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
and so
Easy
far
to
so
put
good.
together. You just fold it, unfold it, and you're ready to go. You don't have to put it all together. You
No
don't have to
chain.
worry about the chain.
No chain.
And we've got these thorn-resistant puncture tires, which seem to
So
be
full-size bikes,
Yes.
folding bikes with Gates belt drive systems.
Down to bikes were
Yeah.
really affordable, and it was really good quality bike.
Yep, that's bikes.
Yep.
Air conditioning.
Definitely.
We both love our AC.
Oh yeah, especially here in Mexico.
Yep. Right now today we are in San Carlos. Today is 33 degrees Celsius, but if you look on the thing, it says feels like 47.
Because the humidity is really hot.
Yeah, it's like hitting
Yeah.
a wall.
Yeah.
So AC.
Definitely.
You've seen my solar. Well, maybe you've seen my solar video. A lot of people have. Holy smokes!
Yeah, it's more popular.
So solar.
Definitely.
Without solar, this whole thing just doesn't come together.
Yeah, the solar's been fantastic.
Yeah, we're not that we're power complete crazy, but we have a lot of power on board, so we see no difference plugged in, except for running our air conditioning. If it wasn't for air conditioning, we wouldn't need to plug in ever. Even in the rain, we make enough power to run the boat.
Yeah.
And I've had people go, "Oh, you can't make power in the rain." Well, we make power in the rain.
Yeah.
It's not much, but because I got such a big panel,
Yeah, it's
all
enough to get our base stuff.
So solar.
Yeah.
We have a Watermaker on board, a Spectra, and what do you think?
Definitely.
Watermaker.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Had a few problems with filters, and with something's clogging the. Where was it?
We to no fault of Spectra.
No.
We had a huge disaster with the Watermaker, and once it all got sorted out with the people at Spectra, helped me immensely.
Yeah. Jean,
I had
she's
given
fantastic.
up. Yeah, Jean was great. Jean, we love you. everybody loves Jean down here. What had happened is an animal of some sort had climbed into my through hull fitting before it got to the Spectra, like right in the through hull, and was living in there, and it was completely gross and completely covered over the water. So once I pulled that out, I made some changes, and it won't happen again. And now it's running perfectly, and the Watermaker is huge.
Oh, it's essential.
Yeah,
It's
essential.
essential for.
And we've got so much solar that we can make water all day long.
Yeah.
We installed a new stereo on the boat, got rid of the stock one, and
Really good.
yeah, we love music and we play it a lot. So the stereo is great. We have a big subwoofer. It uses a lot of power, but I've got a lot of power to use, so it's great. It's like a home stereo system, and this is our home.
Yeah.
Additional fridges and freezers.
Oh yeah, very good.
Yep, we're of the thoughts that we like refrigeration. We have a big freezer.
We have an ice maker. We have
an angle freezers and fridges on board, along with our factory. And it, they use power, but we have power, so thumbs up for refrigeration.
Because for the solar, we can do all that.
We have an ice maker on board. What do you think?
Oh yeah, we used it all the time.
Yep, I like ice in my drinks, and
I'm not so much, but still, it's a good time to time.
Yep, and anybody that comes on board is always likes to have ice, so we have a little ice maker and it works great. We have a freshwater flush toilet. Freshwater flush toilet. So what do you think?
Oh yeah. Huge difference for that one.
Our old toilet stunk in more than one way.
And it kept on getting bogged up, and we had to replace parts regularly.
Yeah, so we have a fairly simple
this
Dometic
one's fantastic.
Electric flush
Emaciator.
toilet with an emaciator in it, and it's been just wonderful and eliminated. We do not have stink in our toilet anymore,
No,
which is
fantastic.
great.
And then the other toilet we just flush with fresh water until we have progressive board, and then we use that with the
Yep.
salad.
Latex mattresses. We ditched our mattresses, our regular foam, and bought latex. And what do you think?
Very comfortable.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Really expensive again, but well worth it. So yeah.
That was good. That was
You spend a lot of time down there, folks.
It's the coolest
It's
part of the boat.
Well, here we are.
We are here again.
Yeah, we had a little miscue on our camera, and we only got half of our list done.
Yeah,
So-
we had done it all, and then when we looked at it, I guess battery ran out or something because only half of it had been recorded.
Battery ran out.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, so we have to do some of
But
it
now
again.
we can show our new Muskoka
Muskoka wear.
Yeah.
Muskoka, Canada.
So we're lucky enough to have a boat named after an area in Canada that is a recreational area, and it's like a huge recreational area that has cottages and thousands of people, and they have Muskoka gear. So we don't tell people, we tell them it's because we named our boat Muskoka that they printed all this stuff, but you guys now know better.
Yes.
So we have lots of it. We bought a lot of stuff while we were in Muskoka, and you could get it too from
Campus Crew.
Campus Crew. Yeah, so if you wanted some Muskoka gear, you can go to Campus Crew and order it. I sent an email and they haven't responded, so anyway.
It's good quality stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think we ended at our washing machine.
Yeah.
We did. But we're going to start again. And washing machine.
Yes, the washing machine. What do you think?
Well, we bought a Miele washing machine, which is a German-made washing machine, spin dryer. And what do we think? Every other day. Yep, we use it a lot.
It's really quiet. It rotates at probably the fastest revolutions per second that any washing machine does. So the clothes are pretty dry, especially in this area when they come out, and they're usually dry within a half hour after we hang them up.
Yeah, we have a little line out back, and it works great.
Yeah.
Enough about the Miele. So I installed a workshop on the boat, and I eliminated a complete sleeping cabin, but now we can still sleep 4 people, and if we wanted to, we sleep people here. There's lots of places to sleep, but there's only one shop, and the shop is another big 2 thumbs up for me. You're always fixing stuff on the boat, and I know where all my tools are. I know I can tell you exactly where every single tool is, just sitting here because I know where it is. It's been there for almost 3 years now, and I've kept it up. It's pretty clean. It's pretty organized. So if you're thinking about living on a boat, a shop is an important thing to have, where you'll be frustrated trying to find stuff like I was. Yep. So shop's the way to go.
And I can't read that list, sorry.
We have a little script list underneath the camera.
And my glasses.
And the washing machine shop are Hobies. So we bought Hobie inflatable SUPs with iDrives and seats. And what do you think?
Oh, I use it every day when we're anchored.
Did you use it this morning?
I did. Yes.
We went for a Hobie yesterday. Laura uses it to get to the beach, so she doesn't have to drag the dinghy up the beach. And they've become almost, I would think, essential. We use them more than any other water thing we have.
Oh yeah.
And big shout out to our friends on Lagoon 440. Schultz's, and they have a Hobie store in Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
Hope you're making out okay with your relocation, buddy. And thank you very much. Great service. If you need a Hobie shipped anywhere in the world, John can ship it to you. Drop me a line, and I'll get you his name and number.
Yes.
Okay. Hobies are big thumbs up for sure.
SUPs.
We have
Red.
2 SUPs made by a company called Red. We had a little problem with one. We bought these used.
Yeah.
And we had a problem with one we bought used, and they serviced it, unquestioned, just sent us a new one.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We were so happy. And they work really well. I use SUP more than Lori does. She's not a big fan of the SUP. And we just had a boat going out back behind us, a big inflatable with tourists.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give a thumbs up to the SUP. Lori's going to give a thumbs down to the SUP.
Yeah.
She's got her Hobie now, and she's pushed the SUP out the back.
Yeah, plus I don't really like standing up tight. I'm not all that...
Oh, great.
We have a telephone
We have a telephone call, and we know who it is. It's Footloose
You think it is?
from a Katana 47. Let's see. Footloose.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa.
It's Lisa from Footloose.
Pretty good. We're in the middle of
We'll get back to
taking-
you.
Yeah.
We're going to go talk to Lisa.
Yeah, just...
Okay, that was Lisa.
Yeah. And we're going to meet them at the Soggy Peso
I
later.
got in a costume change.
You did? How come you did
So
that?
this one says Canada, Muskoka, living the dream.
Ah,
Oh, baby.
Yeah, that's very
We
good.
are living
Mine
the
just
dream.
says Canada.
Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about SUPs, and Lori doesn't like standing up on SUPs.
No, I don't like I don't have a great balance, and I just don't feel comfortable standing up for as long as you do. And when we used to use our SUP, I used to just put a cooler on there and do a kayak paddle, and that was good, except it wasn't great in when there's any current at all. So but the Hobies are fantastic with current. Yeah.
So we have satellite phones. We have a satellite phone, an Iridium handheld satellite phone, and we have an InReach Garmin InReach. It used to be called DeLorme InReach, and they got bought out. Okay.
Oh, definitely good. For the InReach, we haven't tried our sat phone, so we don't know about the sat phone because we haven't tried it yet. So the jury's out on that one.
So the Garmin InReach is a text-only machine, and it's about $70 a month. It's great for offshore. We've had no problems with it, and we've been able to keep in touch with friends and family when we're away from cell service. Lately, we've been near cell service, so we have a phone from the States. But the other thing was our Iridium satellite phone, the proper satellite phone. We haven't enabled it yet because we bought it primarily for crossings, and we haven't done any big crossings.
No.
So we'll let you know about that one, but we're assuming it's going to be a good thing to have. So, yeah. We have a bread maker, a cheap little Sunbeam bread maker.
Yes. Yes. I would say thumbs up.
I would say thumbs up too.
Yeah. When we've used it, it's done well.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of different recipes you can use, and it seems to have good product. Seems to be better with the white bread than with the brown bread for some reason.
Yeah.
The brown bread's a bit more dried out, but it's good.
And we use we're not big bread eaters, but when bread comes right out of the bread maker,
it's
pretty
good.
tasty.
Yeah.
And when you're offshore and you can't see land and you're cooking bread, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't draw much power, and then again, you know us, we got lots of power, so we're good. So bread maker, good thing.
Yeah. Next is the vacuum,
Yep.
and we have I forget what it's called. What kind of vacuum is it?
A sucky type thing. A Dyson.
Dyson. It's handheld.
A little handheld Dyson. And what do you think?
Oh, definitely thumbs up for
Thumbs
that
up.
one. Yeah.
It sucks us little brains out. We have a full size, well, not full size. We have a bigger electric one on board. We don't use, and the Dyson does the whole boat, and I can vacuum in 10 minutes the whole boat.
Yeah, and it's kept.
And I just finished vacuuming.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, babe.
You're very welcome.
And we have a bigger one, and we basically the only time I've used it is for vacuum bag sealing.
Yep.
When we put things in vacuum bags.
But if the Dyson broke, we'd have it there as a backup. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Our keyboard.
Right behind us.
Right behind us, all wrapped up there. As a matter of fact, I just finished having a little musical play, and I use it a lot.
Yep.
We have music days on the boat, and friends with guitars come over. And you would think that would be something would happen like maybe once or twice a year. No. Just about every anchorage we've been into, we can wrangle up a music night. If you don't have any music on board and you don't have any musical instruments and you're not musical, you can sing.
Or you can use the kazoo that we have, or
and you'd be surprised. There's some percussion,
some percussion things and everything.
But it all works. We really enjoy it. This is a probably more complicated of a machine than I should have bought. Way more complicated. It has a lot of stuff, and I'm starting to slowly learn how to use the stuff. But having said that, it's great fun.
Yeah, I have a ukulele that I'm learning.
You do?
Yes, I do.
What type of ukulele is it?
Oh, I don't know. It's a little cigar box.
Cigar box ukulele.
Yes.
Made in Salt Spring Island in just off of Vancouver Island.
Yes.
In Canada.
In the market there.
Out of a cigar box.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Both Scott and I learned the organ when we were kids. And so we know basics of at least the treble clef.
I have to turn the page. Turning. Okay.
Okay, we've got cameras, and we have lots of cameras.
We do.
We have a Canon, we have a Sony, we have 3 GoPros and a Session, and lots of accessories. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I think we have too many cameras.
Agreed.
Yeah, and we have 2 drones as well, so it's a little bit complicated, you get confused, and I think if we would do it over again, we'd probably have probably a quarter of what we got now. Would you agree?
No, half.
Half, okay.
If I was going to do it again, I'd have a GoPro Session, because it's underwater, doesn't need a case, it's a boom, it's our go-to camera right now. I would have my Mavic Pro drone with its built-in camera, and I would have my Sony camera, and that would be plenty. What we're doing now is we're experimenting with shooting video off of our cell phone with a stabilizer, a DJI Osmo, and I tell you,
it's good.
We're getting great results from our damn cell phone. If you really needed to do a budget, you can shoot something fairly high quality with your cell phone.
Yeah. So if you want to,
there's no excuses for not having. You can change up stuff, so much stuff after you shot in post-production that really expensive cameras they're not needed. I mean, they really aren't. There's a lot of really big-time YouTubers, production people that just use cell phones. I was astonished at how many people just use cell phones. So, and we're going that way now. So,
yes,
anyway.
definitely.
Yep. When we were in San Diego, we had to make a choice between staying with our factory lead-acid batteries or upgrading to lithium-ion or going to glass mat AGM batteries. And I wanted to redo the batteries before I left the United States because I wasn't sure if I could get good quality batteries in Mexico. I'm glad I did it because you have a hard time getting good batteries down here. But I opted away from my lithium ions that I wanted really badly. 30 grand.
Yeah. 20,000 plus 10,000 installation.
And it was way too much, and I don't regret it for a second. Last night or yesterday, I left the electric hot water heater on, and in the morning, I guess the hot water heater came on while it was dark, and we drew the batteries down, not very far, but I mean like to about 80%, which is the furthest it's been down since we've installed the batteries. And it was fully charged on a cloudy day at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was amazing.
8:30, ding ding, 100%. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of power, a lot of solar. So the battery upgrade was a thumbs up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got an inverter that I installed right when I got the boat. Yeah, pretty early.
Yeah.
I needed the inverter to run TVs because my dad, when he was alive, was on board and he needed a TV, so we put an inverter in it. And I was told it was a crappy inverter and then I'd have troubles with it. It's a Xantrex, and you know what? It's been fantastic. Everybody I've talked to who's got the same model I've got, nobody's had any problems. So, inverter, thumbs up.
Oh, definitely.
We need it for a few things, not many, but you know, our computer, our washing machine, bread maker, toaster, microwave, the standard stuff. But glad we've got it. It works well. It's a non-issue. We don't know it's on or off, or it's just down there doing its thing. Yeah. So we also changed out our anchor. What did we change from?
We changed from a Delta to a Rockna.
Yes. And we had a 52-pound Delta, and now we have a 72-pound Rockna, and stainless steel, which I got a deal on, big time deal on. Stole it. And
oh yeah, yeah.
Everything you hear about Rockna is true.
It's almost every time if it's not bare rock, if we set it, it just sets right away, and there's absolutely no budging. We just have a great time every time.
I would say 25% of the time we set our Delta into the whatever mud, sand, it pulled away, and it was tough sleeping at night. And we haven't, you know, that's 25% failure,
that's
approximately.
pretty high.
On our Rockna, over 3 years, 0% failure. And when you're relying on ground tackle to hold your big investment from leaving, it's very important. 0% failure on my Rockna.
Yeah, excellent. Can't do better than
Love it. Made in Canada.
Yep.
Go Canada.
Woohoo!
Canada. The other thing we upgraded was we got some light wind sails. We bought a Code Zero from UK Sales, from Stuart in Victoria, British Columbia. He did a great job. We are so happy with this sail.
Yeah, definitely thumbs up.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
A Code Zero gives us, honest, 2 knots. It's 1.7 to 2 knots every time we put it up.
Compared to the white sail.
Yeah, compared to the white sails. On a reach, you know, there's all limitations and there's all ifs, ands, and buts. But it's it gets used a lot, so we're very happy with it. If we're lazy, then it stays in its bag. But if we want to get someplace and we've got under 15 knots of wind, it's up and it's hauling.
Yeah, it's great because it's so thin, it's so light, it goes very small. But when it's under power, it's like steel. It's a fantastic sail.
Beautiful sail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty to look at. It's astonishing how much power it's got. It's just great. The other thing we bought in Sausalito, California, was a downwind sail, new downwind sail from North Sails. It's a asymmetrical. I had an old symmetrical spinnaker, big red, and I blew her out, and she was actually rotten, so she just blew up. We didn't replace it, and we don't know what to do with an asymmetrical sail. We're going to shout out to Catamaran Impy and talk to Brent about what he has on his boat and get some valuable information from him. So that's what we plan on doing with downwind sails. So the downwind sails, we love them. They're great.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Sails are always good. E-books.
And one thing we've decided, so because we didn't have a lot of extra space for books, and we both read a lot. I read about 6 books a day, is something called the Kobo. And and we have lots. We have thousands and tens of thousands of books on our Kobo, and it is just fantastic. We have a variety of topics. We have as many books as we want, and it lasts us a long time. And I love reading, and Scott's a big reader too, and we just love it. So huge thumbs up.
Yeah, we downloaded a file from another boater with books, and we ended up with 52,000 books. You heard it right, folks. 52,000. Yeah, unbelievable. So we've got a library here the size of a New York library.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's great, and it works. We read a lot.
Yes, we do.
Yep. And we've got a vacuum sealer. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there.
Yeah.
A vacuum sealer, we buy meat in copious amounts, vacuum seal it, freeze it, and we have as you saw earlier, we have a fairly large freezer. It's 45 quarts, and we can put enough red meat in there and fish and chicken for, if it's just the two of us, 2 months, 3 months. So, yeah, what do you think? Vacuum sealer?
Definitely.
Vacuum sealer.
Yeah.
We actually just got this one. We burnt one out. We bought a real cheap one just to see if we're going to like it. We liked it.
Yeah.
And now we've got one that's hopefully going to last us a little bit longer. So
haven't tried it out yet, but we'll see how it goes.
All the stickers are still on it. Yeah. The other thing that we bought early on was a wireless battery charged printer. Sounds ridiculous, and it's really, really tiny, but it works really well, and we don't have to have, we had a big printer on board and we gave it away, and now we store this in a closet, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
made by Canon.
Yeah.
And it's wireless, so it's Bluetoothed, and it's battery powered, so you can carry it with you to do all of your immigration stuff
or entry and exiting different places. So we'll be
if they need something printed out, we just print it out right there, right in front of them. Yeah. Pretty impressive. Fishing gear. Fishing gear. You never have enough fishing gear. Actually, we're not fishing people.
No.
And we aren't good at it.
No.
And we haven't caught many fish because we don't fish that often. But I have caught an octopus. I have caught 3 Dorado, little guys.
Small with catch and release.
Yep. Yeah. And we have caught John Wright. Shout out to you in Muskoka. He caught more fish on my boat than I have. He was only here for 2 weeks. And he only fished for 2 days. Anyway, suffice to say, we don't fish that much, but when we do, it's nice to have fishing gear on board. We'll probably use it a lot more away from Mexico. Yep. And we have a little microwave. What do you think about the microwave?
Oh, the microwave's good. It's definitely thumbs up. It's small.
We don't use it much.
Yeah, it just fits downstairs in the workshop, and we just use it to heat up things into
popcorn.
Popcorn, yeah. So movie night stuff, we have popcorn, and it's good for what it is. Doesn't take a lot of power from the inverter, but it does its job, and we find some use of it.
And the second use is we throw our electronics in there during a lightning storm.
That's right. We could do that if that ever happens. Yeah.
Or we could throw it into the washing machine, or we could throw it into the oven, but you pick the microwave. Yeah. Anyway, microwave. Some people think they're great. Some people, we've got one. We always had it. It came with the boat, so it's still here. We use it.
CBQ. It's a barbecue from Canada.
Vancouver.
Yes.
Somewhere.
And it's, what do you think?
We love it.
Yeah. It's
a good quality one. It's been 3 years. We burnt out one burner in it, and I've got 2 spares left. So we're good for a while. When I replaced the burner, it was the only thing that showed any wear. Everything else looked absolutely fantastic. And while I was away from St. Carlos on a road trip, the guy that cleans my boat cleaned the barbecue so you would be like brand new. Yes, I just about died when I pulled the cover off and this thing was gleaming underneath there. He must have spent hours.
Hey, Jimmy, he was good, really good.
If you ever go to St. Carlos, Jimmy is your man to take care of your boat.
Oh, he's fantastic. He does a great job, absolutely no problems at all.
First class guy.
He just works really hard in keeping your boat clean. He's just a really popular, really good guy.
Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah.
The go-to guy in St. Carlos Marina.
Yeah, definitely.
We upgraded Raymarine Electronics, and boat came with Raymarine, and when we needed to add a lower helm station, we did Raymarine down there, and what do you think?
It's okay sometimes. Yeah, it's the touch screen on the upper one was a little bit of a problem.
Still is.
We've had some problems. It's okay. I'm not thrilled with it, but it's not bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't know any different because it came with Raymarine, and we stuck with Raymarine. But, it costs you $50,000 these days to switch things out if you didn't like Raymarine. It's got us here. And
the navionics are having trouble finding the charts and stuff, so we have to do a little bit more investigation once we get to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, the Raymarine Electronics is only as good as the information you send it, and we're sending it Navionics, and in the Sea of Cortez, Navionics completely sucks. Now, here's something. You spend $450 on a chart from Navionics for your chart plotter, and there's no information on it at all. None. You get nothing. You don't get depth. You don't get nothing. It's just garbage. You can download for free from Navionics onto your iPad, and you get everything. So I spent, well, you can just, the rant is going to end soon, but I mean, that's just ridiculous. Navionics, smart now. You know, they're losing people because of crazy stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, and that ends it.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much.
Enjoyed our update for what we like and what we don't like. A little more than a year into our voyage. I'm sure we'll be able to give you more information as we get more experience with some of the things we haven't really used as much.
Yep.
That's good. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.